Mine. Fire!
Born to cook, with the will and skill to own this kitchen.
I better make this fast.
Young competitors crushing it at the stove.
This is a really, really great dish. I am so impressed.
It's unique and different. It's spectacular.
Thank you.
Which budding stars will walk away with the $10,000 prize, and who will be chopped? When hard work meets big dreams, anything is possible. Here to teach us that, 4 new junior chefs. First, we welcome 12-year-old Tifo Maforisa.
I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm in 7th grade. I've been cooking for about 3 years. I just started getting into nutrition. There's a lot of kids who aren't informed of the food that they eat. My family is originally from South Africa, and I like to travel a lot. I've been to Dubai, the Netherlands, France, Johannesburg. I love tasting the different foods and cultures. It smells great. I'm gonna be the next Chop Junior champion. Just remember that being nutritious is always delicious. Delicioso.
Next up, we have 13-year-old Aliani Villahermosa.
I'm so excited. Hi. I'm in the 7th grade, and I live in Orlando, Florida. My family's from Puerto Rico, so I like to make Puerto Rican food with a twist. Don't get me wrong, American food's pretty good too, but Puerto Rican food's a lot more flavorful. I'm really competitive because I've played soccer since kindergarten. Voila. I think I can win shot because I think all my competitors are gonna start freaking out, and I'll be very calm. You just got served.
And then there's 14-year-old Jimmy Hennessy.
I live in Bronxville, New York, and I'm in 8th grade. I got interested in cooking from watching the Food Network. I'm really open-minded when it comes to trying out different recipes. I'm a pretty competitive kid. I play a lot of tennis. I do musical theater. Expressing yourself is important because you need to show people who you are. I think I can win Chop because I'm adventurous outside of the kitchen and inside the kitchen. And I think it would be a huge accomplishment to say that I won.
And finally, here's 13-year-old Amelia Carpentieri.
I'm in 8th grade, and I live in Long Island, New York. I first started cooking when I was 3, and I definitely eat healthy. Last year, I created this diet plan for myself and lost like 60 pounds, but that did not stop me from eating delicious food. I am very into fashion. I love makeup. I love hair. I like to express myself through that. I want to win so bad. I would cut off my own limb to win. Not that I'm going to do it, though. I would love to say I am a Chop Junior champion.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Dad.
So here's how it works. There are 3 rounds, mandatory mystery ingredients for each course. If your dish doesn't cut it, you will be chopped.
No, not me.
Go on and open your appetizer baskets. And the mandatory mystery ingredients are monkfish, poblano peppers, cream cheese frosting, and mini cucumbers. All right, 30 minutes to finish your plates. Clock starts now. Oh, my gosh.
I feel amazing because I am in the Chop Junior kitchen. I want to win so bad, and I am going to kick butt. I coat the monkfish in chili powder, cumin, and cinnamon. I am making a monkfish taco with a poblano pepper and pineapple salsa. Need some sweetness here. I've been cooking since I was 3. I have a picture of me on my 3rd birthday with a chef's hat on. Most 13-year-olds don't know what they're gonna do in life, but I know exactly where my path is going. Bye.
I'm so excited to be here. My goal is to make healthy dishes for all of my rounds. Where are my spoons? Okay. I'm making a seared monkfish salad with a poblano pepper cream cheese dressing. I put in some lime juice, coconut milk, and I'm getting my garlic minced up. I'm gonna season my monkfish with some smoked paprika and some garlic powder. My family is from Southern Africa. So I've been there many times, so I'm gonna incorporate those spices into my dishes. This is delicious.
So, Jeffrey, Mark, you were joined on the judges panel by a very special guest, actor, singer, director Debbie Ryan. How are you?
Good.
So, did you grow up cooking?
Yeah, I grew up in Alabama. There was Southern cuisine, and we had a garden in our backyard, and so I grew up kind of learning how to just make what we had.
So that's awesome.
This basket just screams taco for me. Just make a great taco.
How do we feel about Aliani's methods over here?
Love it.
The flames licking the poblano like that will roast it.
I know monkfish, it's like a white fish. I think I can make a really great fish taco. I'm making monkfish fish tacos with a mini cucumber slaw. I'm using the poblanos to make a pico de gallo for the fish tacos. I'm a pretty busy kid. I play tennis, play squash. I like singing and acting a lot, but I want to win shop, prove to people that I am also a good chef.
I'm very competitive, but I like to slowly take my competitors out. So I'll be really relaxed in the kitchen, and then I'll show them what I have in the last round. Monkfish, I've heard that it's like a poor man's lobster. I think I can cook it just like lobster. And I put it to boil. Keep going. I'm making a poor man's burrito with poblano and cream cheese icing sauce. I want to win because I want to be able to go to pastry school. $10,000 would really help.
Do you have vinegar here? Oh, yeah, on the other side. In the front. Ah, here we go. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh.
Looks to me like that sweet, sweet frosting is really the problem here.
I usually don't like frosting in my appetizers, do you?
I'm trying to cut down, actually.
The cream cheese frosting is just, it's so, so sweet. But I want a sauce with the dish. So I get the lemon juice and I get the mayonnaise. I put some chili powder in there because you want to give it a little bit of a kick.
This cream cheese frosting doesn't belong in an appetizer, but I make fish tacos a lot at home, and in them I usually do spicy mayo. So the cream cheese frosting will give it a little more sweetness.
Get my salad going. I'm gonna add in some arugula, my cucumbers and carrots, and also some mushrooms to my salad.
All right, kids, 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes.
Tifo seems to be really happy doing this.
I've been doing high-pressure jobs since I was around this age, and they seem very in control of their nerves.
Mini cucumbers, I think, are a great ingredient because I can pickle them with some red wine vinegar. I watch Tops all the time. I'm so excited because I'm actually here. I'm not in my house watching it on TV.
8 minutes left, and I have everything under control, and I'm cutting a lemon. Oh, cut! And my finger slips.
I think Jimmy cut himself.
Oh, gosh, we got to cut.
The cut isn't that bad. I'm not hurt. It's just that it subtracts a lot of time. I'm nervous that I possibly could get chopped.
Jimmy's lost a lot of time due to that injury. That's rough.
Getting this cut is annoying, but I have to finish up what I started.
I have to go.
And he's running back. There he is.
All right, Jimmy.
Come on, champ.
Being a tennis player, I've been in a lot of situations where you have to persevere to try to win. So you learn how to use yourself as a motivator.
You've got 5 minutes left.
I think it's important to toast tortillas because getting that char will give it some really good texture and flavor.
Jimmy was using flour tortillas. Now Amelia's coming out with corn tortillas.
I grab the poblanos off the heat, and then I put it in a blender with some olive oil and a little bit of the cream cheese frosting. I go and grab flour tortillas so I can start assembling the taco.
Did anyone just see Eliani pull her fish out of where she was
Where was it?
boiling it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, kids, less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Are you kidding me, Ted? This is like the most stressful thing I've ever done in my whole life. I put the sauce on the bottom and the tortilla on top of the sauce, and immediately I regret it. Now the tortilla's gonna be soggy, but it's too late now.
It's time to start plating. My station's really, really messy, but it's not gonna get in my way. I have my plates under my working area.
30 seconds, 30 seconds. Don't worry, Tifo. You've got this. I need a basil, something, basil. I want something to, like, just give it that extra fresh taste, and I'm really hurrying because 30 seconds is not a lot of time.
All right, you've got to finish what you started in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Please step back.
Amelia's plate was very pretty, but then I realized that she put her sauce under her corn tortillas and that means they could get soggy.
Oh my gosh, your dish looks so good.
Thank you.
Everyone's food looks really good, but all three of them made tacos, so I'm really feeling confident that I was the one who made some salad.
Junior chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block. And of course, you all have the same 4 mandatory mystery basket ingredients: monkfish, poblano peppers, cream cheese frosting, and mini cucumbers. So what'd you come up with, Tifo?
I made for you seared monkfish salad with a creamy cucumber garlic salad dressing.
What was your inspiration to go this direction with the food?
I'm all about making sure that kids try to eat healthy, so I thought, why don't I make a salad to really show that?
I like the idea of this healthy approach. I think there was a lot of very smart moves here. I think your fish is cooked well. I feel like it's very well seasoned.
Thank you, Chef.
It's a very inviting salad. There's like a really interesting balance to it, which I really appreciate.
You found a real good way to bury the cream cheese frosting in the dressing. The only thing for me for this salad is it's a bit garlic forward, which is a nice way of saying there's way too much garlic in it.
Okay, Tifo, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, Aliani.
Yes, today I made a poor man's burrito. It's got monkfish, which is also known as poor man's lobster, with a charred poblano and cream cheese icing sauce.
Why would you want to come here and compete under these crazy conditions?
I watch Chopped all the time. I've seen every episode. My family said, you could totally do this. So I decided I'm doing it, and now I'm here.
All right, thanks a lot.
What'd you do to these cucumbers?
I pickled them in some red wine vinegar. I've always seen them do it on Chopped with, like, vegetables. So I'm like, I can do that.
Killed it.
Thank you.
Especially for the fact that this was your first time kind of doing that. So impressive.
I think you did a good job roasting the poblano.
Thank you.
I love the freshness of it. But how did you cook the fish?
I boiled it.
I think if you had seared the fish, I think you would have brought out more flavor in the fish.
I think for me, the sauce is just too sweet. It's just you used a bit too much of that cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
Thank you, Aliani. And next up, we go to Jimmy.
Hey, chefs. Today I made a monkfish fish tacos with a little cucumber slot and poblano pico de gallo.
There's a lot of really lovely flavors here. I love the char on this, and the sauce is outstanding, together with the coleslaw and the pepper and the lime.
I really love the idea that you took that cream cheese frosting and sort of tamed it down. I can sort of feel that it's here, but I don't know that it's here, which is a good thing.
I agree that I think the sauce really works. And I am from California. I'm from LA, and so I love a good fish taco.
The big problem here is the fish is undercooked. Very undercooked. But the piece I get off the tail is really seasoned well and has a great flavor on it.
Okay.
Why is it important to you to win Chopped?
I think it's important to win Chopped to show that I do have culinary skill. But to be 100% honest, I want a hot tub.
You wanted what, sorry?
A hot tub.
You want a
like
hot
this story
tub?
already.
Yeah. And I was like, Mom, I want a hot tub. And I was like, okay, well, it's $10,000.
You would be the absolute first person ever to say that here.
It's the first for everything.
Finally, Amelia.
I've made for you a monkfish taco with a poblano pepper and pineapple salsa and a cream cheese frosting mayo.
How did you season your fish?
Some cumin, paprika, chili powder.
It's really good with like the cilantro and the pineapple.
As Jimmy did, you tamed the sauce really good.
Thank you.
It's just sweet enough. And I think that the fish has a great flavor to it, but it's overcooked a bit for me.
And I wouldn't want to pick this up with my fingers and eat it because
Yeah.
it's all
Soggy.
mushied up with,
Yeah.
with the sauce.
So I understand that Tifo is not the only person here who's interested in healthy cooking.
Yeah, in about 8 months, I lost like 60 pounds.
How many?
60.
Wow.
Basically, everything that I do to me is like, I have to succeed in this. I have to persevere, like, especially with like my weight loss. I felt like it was me, like, against myself. Like, I was my own competitor.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll have you back for the judge's decision very soon. Thank you.
That was stressful.
Yeah, it was.
The appetizer round was very nerve-wracking. I think the chances of making it into the entree round are pretty, like, tied with Jimmy.
I just feel like we all did well. I was actually trying to see who might go home, but I can't even tell, so it's probably 10 times harder for the judges.
I think I'm gonna be the next Shock Junior champion because I'm very relaxed, and I feel that my competitors are a little wigged out.
So I'm a little nervous because my fish was undercooked. But I think I have a lot more to show, and I'm not ready for it to be over.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Aliani, you've been chopped. Judges?
Aliani, unfortunately, we felt that the way you chose to cook the monkfish didn't bring enough flavor. And then the frosting really overtook that sauce. And so we had to chop you.
Thank you. Bye. Good luck. Thank you. I'm a little bummed. I'm not ready to go home right now, but I would definitely come back and do it again 100 times more because this was so much fun.
Tifo, Jimmy, Amelia, go on and open them up. What kind of entrees will you make with elk tenderloin,
There's no fat on that.
trail mix, bok choy rob, and farfar? 30 minutes, once more. Clock starts now.
So heavy. I made it through the entree round. I'm going in with Jimmy and Amelia, and they're both great chefs, so I really know I have to bring in my A game. I'm feeling good, guys. I've never, ever cooked with elk But I know if any kind of meat, I want layers of spices. I'm using paprika, cumin, cayenne, and also dried rosemary. I don't know what to make with this farfar, never heard of it.
None of these kids grew up in India, so I doubt they're going to be familiar with farfar. It's a snack made from potato starch, normally dropped into hot oil where it will puff up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of grinding up the farfar with the trail mix and making a crust for my elk tenderloin. I add some walnuts to give it some texture. I like my meat well done. I know most chefs like it rare to medium rare, but I want to feed the chefs something that I enjoy. This is gonna be so good.
I know that elk is a extremely lean meat, so I want it medium rare. I'm picking out the nuts from the trail mix. I want to make a coating for the elk. I'm trying to punch it with oregano, thyme, crushed red pepper. This smells like peanuts. I'm making seared elk with a balsamic bacon bok choy raw. I've always been very focused. With really anything that I do, I just try to be the best. Today, I want to show people that I have a future in this.
I've never cooked with elk before, but it reminds me of kind of like a filet mignon. So I'm going to put the elk on a grill pan and season it with salt and pepper like I would for the filet mignon. The bok choy raw is a combination between broccoli raw and bok choy. I decided I'm going to make a stir fry with the bok choy and spinach. I take the peanuts out of the trail mix because I think that will give a really good crunch. Going on to the entree round, I have a lot more confidence. I'm not just here for the hot tub today, I'm here to cook, and I think I'm going to cook for the rest of my life.
All right, kids, 20 minutes to go.
Thank you, Ted. Getting nice and feisty.
I think we have here a pretty poised group of kids. I think it's a good sign that when we opened the baskets, Amelia said, oh, that cut has no fat on it, which is true.
I would definitely need some spice here because the elk carries zero flavor.
I think the best ingredient in this basket for me is that bok choy raw.
It's like mad scientist stuff. It's like the bok choy and the broccoli raw went and made a baby.
I grab bacon, and then I start sauteing bok choy raw in the bacon fat. I love making fresh foods. I created this diet plan for myself, which really focused on whole grains, fresh ingredients.
When I started eating more healthy, I felt very energetic and my confidence was better. I just feel like nutrition is an important necessity that all humans should know about. I'm thinking of chopping up some Brussels sprouts to add a bit of crunch to my bok choy raw. This is looking so good. I grab my balsamic and my sesame oil and I add that to marinade.
I take the elk off the grill and put it in the oven because I'm so paranoid from what happened from the last round. I just don't want to serve the judges uncooked meat again.
All right, kids, you've got 10 minutes.
The time is going by so fast.
Farfar looks like crunchy. Behind. I decided to put the farfar in the deep fryer with some potatoes. I don't really know what will happen, so I'm just going to hope for the best.
So it looks as if Jimmy's going to deep fry that farfar. It's kind of like a puffed rice in a way once it gets cooked.
I want a nice crunch on the plate. So I take the farfar. I'm going to try to deep fry it. Is anyone in the deep fryer?
I add orange juice into the sauteed bok choy and spinach because I think it will give it a really nice citrusy flavor.
Oh, yay! I take the farfar out of the fryer. It's already nice and puffy. It looks really good.
I'm tasting my Brussels sprouts and realizing it's very raw. I don't have time to try to tweak that dish, so I just hope for the best.
I look at the farfar and I'm really surprised how it changed shape and just got a ton bigger. Excuse me, behind you.
I cut into the elk and it's perfectly cooked. Yes. And I feel very proud.
Hopefully, they think it tastes good.
No, you got it.
And Jimmy's just now coming back with a blender with 1:50 to go.
I need a sauce for my steak. So I combine some ketchup, spinach, and soy sauce. I taste it and it's nothing how I wanted it to turn out. So I decided to put ketchup because everyone likes ketchup with their fries.
All right, kids, that clock is spinning down to nothing now.
All right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Step back.
Okay. I'm looking down at my dish and I feel like the elk is cooked properly, but Jimmy's elk looks a little bit overcooked.
If I get chopped, I'm going to be devastated because there's more to me than just raw Brussels sprouts.
Junior chefs. In the second round, you had to work with elk tenderloin, trail mixed, bok choy rob, and farfar. Jimmy, what do you have?
So today I made grilled elk with sauteed bok choy rob and spinach, and then I also did a potato with farfar.
I love the flavor of the bok choy rob. What did you use in it?
I took some orange to give it a little citrus flavor.
It was really great. Like, I love what you did with the peanuts.
Thank you.
This is a meat and potatoes dish. Bravo that made potatoes. The char is really nice on the elk, but you cooked it, you grilled it, and what happens when you do that, it dries out the meat.
Okay.
I saw you make a sauce.
It wasn't working.
It didn't work. You bailed on it at the end.
I'm glad you didn't put it on the plate if you didn't think it was going to match what you were making. But sauce would have really brought this whole dish together.
Right. Thank you.
Next up, Amelia.
Today I've prepared for you a seared elk with a balsamic bacon, bok choy rob, and fried farfar.
Is there anything like that elk that you've cooked before?
I've made pork tenderloin, which doesn't have a lot of fat, so I know it really overcooks quickly, but I tried to make it rare.
You got a nice hard sear on it. You did cook it right. I think it's a medium rare, which is very nice.
Thank you.
The best part of this dish was the cooking of your elk and the bok choy rob. A little bacon in it, just enough to give it a great flavor.
The one thing I would suggest next time you do something like this, don't slice it. What happens is when you slice it, the juices sort of run out. So you want those juices to stay in there because it just dries out.
Yeah.
And now we have Tifo.
I prepared for you, chefs, a farfar crusted elk tenderloin with a bok choy rob and Brussels sprout saute.
I feel like the bok choy rob is cooked great. I like the seasoning on it. So what did you work with on the rub here?
I seasoned it with cumin, smoked paprika, chili powder. I put in the trail mix, and also I put in the farfar.
It's a smoky burn, but it's very filling and warming.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's on a dry piece of elk.
And I'm a little confused why, I mean, we gave you some beautiful greens in that basket. Why did you decide to go get Brussels sprouts?
I just like the roasted flavor of Brussels sprouts, and I'm trying to spread the message that nutritious food can be delicious.
The problem with the Brussels sprouts is they're not really cooked.
Thank you.
I came in this knowing it was going to be hard, but at the same time, like, seriously.
It wasn't like something that, like, the elk was raw and there was blood on their plate.
Like, so you shouldn't be worried that you're gonna get chopped.
I just feel like my entree, I mean, it could be better, and then my dessert, if I even get to it.
We all have to just blow it out of the park.
I would really, really, really love to go to the dessert round. I have some really cool things that I think I can make and present to the judges.
I am very nervous. I had a few flaws in my dish, so I'm really just hanging on to hope.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Jimmy, you've been chopped. Judges?
Jimmy, a couple errors today, just technical. Unfortunately, in the elk, going from the grill to the oven caused it to be very dry.
Right.
And it really needed a sauce. So for those reasons, we had to chop you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Hi, Jimmy.
I'm kind of sad, but I understand why I was chopped. There's a lot of other ways I could get the hot tub, and this is a great experience.
So after this final round, who's getting chopped?
Tifo.
Amelia.
We'll see. Please open your final baskets. And you'll be making desserts from chocolate olives, animal crackers, vanilla pudding, and fruit leather strips. 30 minutes to get creative with this last basket. Clock starts now.
Oh, geez. I made it to the entree round, and I feel super ecstatic. I see the animal crackers, and I'm thinking that I can definitely use this in some sort of crust. So I decide I'm making an apple crumble. I'm putting the fruit leather with some boiling water because I want to reduce it down and saute my apples in that. Watch out, behind. $10,000 is tons and tons and tons of money. I would get new knives, best knives I can get. I'll probably import them from like Sweden or something, and then I'd shop.
I came here saying to myself that all of my dishes were going to be healthy, but clearly these mystery ingredients are not agreeing with me, so I'm going to have to change my plan. Oh my gosh, just came up with a bomb idea. I'm thinking of making like a fruit tart and custard with my vanilla pudding and also some mashed banana. What kind of chocolate?
Those olives are they're just chocolate and almond. They're not really olives, obviously. They're just made to look like them.
Sure.
As I'm eating my chocolate olives, I'm realizing I can make a ganache. And I'm making dust with my animal crackers. I really want to get my hands on that $10,000 I would save up for college. I want to be a chef, but I also want to have a food and nutrition-based restaurant. I'm feeling good.
All right, kids, 20 minutes left.
This fruit leather, it doesn't seem all that natural to me.
Oh, chewy.
It has an artificial strawberry flavor, which of course has like so much synthetic sugar in it.
I think you're gonna have to bring in some real fruit into this to make it actually work.
I get my apples into a saute pan with some cinnamon and allspice, and I put a little bit of the fruit leather reduction because I want to caramelize the apples in that. I grab some nuts and I put it with the animal crackers because I want to give it a really nice crunch.
At least we get to have a snack. The fruit leather strips, they can probably melt down into a sweet consistency, so I'm thinking of making a compote. I grab some Granny Smith apples, some fresh berries, and I just mix that all up.
Junior chefs, you've got 10 minutes to finish.
Oh boy, 10 minutes. Let's go.
I'm running out of time here.
Well, aren't we all? I put my cooked apples into the ramekin, put the crumble on top, and get those in the oven. My plan for the chocolate olives is to make it into a nice ganache. So I put them in a double boiler with some heavy cream.
Do not try this at home. As I'm making my ganache, I see that the chocolate is turning different colors. It's lumpy, it's clumpy. This is really nerve-wracking. I'm really running out of time here. I'm really scared. This is a mess. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? My chocolate is not doing what I wanted it to do. The dessert round is the hardest, and I'm scared at this point because looking over to Amelia, she's focused, she knows what she's doing.
I'm saying Tifo, she went and got some chocolate.
I'm adding in milk chocolate into my ganache, and hopefully that melts in the time needed. Okay.
I have an idea for the pudding, and I'm thinking that I can put it in a whipped cream. So I would get heavy cream, and I start whisking it so it gets nice and fluffy.
Whip, Edie.
You've only got 2 minutes to get this done.
You guys are looking good.
I'm really feeling confident about my compote. Now I have to get ready to dish my plate. But remember, no hard feelings, okay?
No hard feelings when I win.
So I put in my custard first, I put in my graham cracker dust, and then my fruit compote.
The last minute, I take the chocolate sauce and I put it on the side, and then I put the crumble on. Down to the wire, girls.
Counting it down for you one last time.
No.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
You got it.
1. Time's up. Please step back.
You did good. I look down at my plate, and I'm really, really happy about how it turned out. I'm so close to the $10,000, I can, taste it.
I really gave it my all, and I think I did pretty well, but I don't know what they're gonna say about my ganache.
Tifo, Amelia, in the last round, you got chocolate olives, animal crackers, vanilla pudding, and fruit leather strips. Amelia, what'd you make?
I made an apple crumble with a chocolate olive ganache and a homemade whipped cream.
This is delicious.
Thank you.
The fruit leather I thought was going to be a little difficult to incorporate, but you adding it to the apples was a really, really great idea. The whipped cream on the side is delicious.
This is the most American and classic thing that you can make. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not sugary sweet. It's not processed sweet. And I'm really impressed by that.
But unfortunately, I feel this chocolate sauce, you should have drizzled it on the crumble or something. It's just hard to eat.
Yeah, and it needs to be baked like twice as long. The apples haven't sort of given up yet. They're still sort of raw inside. But you actually baked something, which I appreciate.
Good job.
Thank you, Amelia. And finally, Tifo, could you tell us what's for dessert?
Today I made for you a banana cream tart with fruit compote.
I have to say, I think it's a good dessert. I like the cream and the bananas. And the compote, I think, is delicious.
I love the compote. It was really great. And I'm a very big fan of banana, especially banana strawberry.
I agree, some good flavors here. But the chocolate's a problem.
Yeah, it didn't melt down to the consistency that I wanted in time.
It didn't really work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is it going to be Chopped Junior Champion Amelia or Chopped Junior Champion Tifo? We'll tell you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
How do you think you did?
It didn't come out as planned. But, I mean, they liked my flavors and stuff, which is cool.
Honestly, though, being in the Chop Kitchen, I would do it like 30 times over.
Yeah, what's really cool is that we're the last two. I mean, even if one of us don't go home with the $10,000.
Which will inevitably happen.
Yeah, we're both great chefs.
So, judges, what do you think? Do you think our junior chefs got more comfortable round by round?
I felt they were comfortable all the way through. I mean, they came out, obviously, with a lot of energy just from the get-go. And the appetizer round there, Amelia did a great job with that fish. I mean, she cooked it nicely. Yours was a little overcooked, if I remember correctly. I thought it was cooked nicely. But she put that sauce right on the bottom, so the tortilla got all soggy, which I thought that was a big mistake for Amelia.
As far as Tifo goes, the salad was very garlic forward.
But Tifo really cooked the monkfish the best. She was able to really keep that fish moist.
The main course, the elk tenderloin, I thought Amelia probably did the best job with the temperature of the elk.
I mean, I think from the very beginning when Amelia saw the elk, she knew what she was working with. She knew it was a leaner piece of meat.
Unfortunately, the way she cut it, that meat was dry.
I thought the way Tifo dealt with the elk and put the farfar in the actual crust and gave it a nice little spice to it, I thought that was delicious, the way she treated that.
Great crust, but not good with a piece of elk that was overcooked.
And the Brussels sprouts were undercooked.
Well, whatever happens now, I think both of these young competitors will probably remember this experience forever.
For sure. And I think we're ready to start decision.
We all had like our own little flaws, and so I think I have a good chance of winning, but it's a 50-50 shot.
I think I have a pretty good chance of winning. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'll win. yeah, I'm gonna win. Yeah, hopefully.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Tifo, you've been chopped. Judges?
Tifo, in your entree, the elk was overcooked. And your dessert, all the flavors were there, but it wasn't as put together as your competitors. And so we had to chop you.
Thank you for being here, and you showed us a lot of beautiful smiles and some beautiful food.
I'm disappointed, but I do understand why the judges made their decision. I think I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. The most fun part about this competition was everything except the chopping part, so.
And that means, Amelia Carpentieri, that you are the Chopped Junior Champion. You've won a $10,000 prize, plus a highly coveted Chopped Junior Chef's Coat.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Smells like dreams. Right now, I am extremely proud of myself, and it's just proof that I can really cook. I am the Chopped Junior Champion.